Today we are going to start with unit number 5, IoT platforms. So this unit is going to focus on what exactly the IoT device is. We are going to see what is IoT device, which different IoT device we can use for development of any of the IoT applications. So before starting with the different IoT devices, let us see what exactly the IoT device is. A thing in IoT can be any object. As you all are aware, we are going to see from the very first unit that what is IoT, what is thing, object, thing that we already gone through. कोणते कोणते टाईपचे थिंग्स आहेत, काय काय आहेत, कोणते ऑब्जेक्ट्स आहे, विच आर द डिफरंट मशीन्स. सो अ थिंग इन IoT can be any object that has unique identifier. So in that case, the unique identifier is nothing but we can say an IP address of the device. If any of the devices get connected to the internet, it will have unique identifier as its IP address. Irrespective of its version, it can be either v4 or it can be either v6, but the unique identifier for any of the thing in IoT will be its IP address, point number 1, and which can send or receive the data over the network. Once any of the device will get the IP address, it will start communicating with other devices also. So the communication may take place in terms of either sending the message or receiving the message, like the communication between the client and server. So this is what the unique identifier which will going to do the send and receive activity over the network. An IoT device are connected to the internet. Unless and until they don't connect with the internet, they will not be called as your smart device, or they will not be treated as your IoT devices. So each and every IoT device must be connected with what? Internet. So IoT devices are connected to the internet and send information about either themselves or their surrounding. Just consider the example of DHT11 sensor. If you are going to connect the sensor with the internet through suppose Raspberry Pi, then what will happen? That sensor will going to receive the surrounding temperature and humidity. Suppose I am going to mount the DHT11 sensor in this classroom. So what will happen? That sensor will going to detect the room temperature and the humidity present in the room, and that data is going to send to your Raspberry Pi or to the server or to the cloud. So what exactly that IoT device is going to do? It will going to send the information either about themselves or the surrounding. This is the work of IoT device. It will going to capture the information. Also, IoT device allow actuation upon the physical entities or environment around them remotely. Actuation, I told you the example of actuation. बटन प्रेस करतो आपण. बटन प्रेस केलं म्हणजे लाईट ऑन झाले, फॅन ऑन झाले. दिस इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ व्हॉट? Actuation. Or we can say the motor is started rotating. That is actuator, or that is the process of actuation. So these are the tasks of what? IoT devices. Which are the different IoT devices, or which are the examples of IoT device? The devices used in your home automation. If you are going to see any of the home IoT application, whatever is used in that home automation application is nothing but your IoT device, or the IoT application developed in your industrial machine, or the IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. The industrial machines in your IoT can be called as your IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. Or a car, or we can say in bracket a smart car. When we call it as a smart car, it will become your what? It will get connected to your internet, and once it will get connected to the internet, then it will become your smart car. Otherwise तुमच्या कारमध्ये ते ॲप्लिकेशन जरी असलं ते जर इंटरनेटला कनेक्ट नसेल, then you will not going to call it as smart car. You must have to connect each and every device to the internet, then it will become your smart. Otherwise it will not be treated as your smart device. Or a wireless enabled wearable device like this. This is wearable device, headphone किंवा स्मार्ट वॉच असते बघा, वेअरेबल डिव्हाइस आहे, किंवा गॉगल्स आहे. ऑल दीज आर युअर व्हॉट? वेअरेबल डिव्हाइस, बट दे आर नॉट युअर स्मार्ट इफ दे विल नॉट कनेक्टेड टू द इंटरनेट. Smart watch, you know, you all are aware about the smart watch. The smart watch will be called as smart when it will going to send the data generated टू दी सर्व्हर. नाहीतर आपण स्मार्टवॉच इथे आपल्याकडे आहे, त्यांनी जनरेट केलेला डेटा आपण स्टोअरच करत नाही सर्व्हरला कुठे, देन इट विल नॉट बी युअर स्मार्टवॉच. It will be just treated as your what? A watch. So these are what? Some examples of your IoT devices. Now let us see the basic building blocks of an IoT or IoT device. The number one, it will have some sensing capabilities. That means it will going to sense something. And who is going to do the activity of sensing? It will be done by the sensors. You all are aware about the sensor? Everybody knows what is sensor? Yes, a sensor can be either on board the IoT device or attached to the device. Means what? Either the sensor are already available on the device or you can externally attach them. And the use of sensor is to sense the device or to sense the environment condition. Depending on the nature of the sensor and depending on the nature of the application, the sensor will work. Actuation, or we can say that actuators. We already gone through the actuators, relay or DC motor. These are the examples of your what? Actuators. Then the communication may take place in between various IoT devices. Again I told you, communication means what? Either sending the data or receiving the data, as well as both the activity at same time. It's not like that the data is going, device is only going to send the data. It will going to receive the data also. So the communication means what? Exchanging of data between client and server or client and cloud. So what do you mean by exchange? To give and to take is nothing but your exchange. That means to send and to receive the information. And last one is your analysis and processing. So what is analysis? Once the data is going to start uploading on the cloud or on the server, there should be some analysis. And on the basis of that analysis, there should be some processing. Just consider the example, we are sitting in the classroom, there is no light, no fan, and we are facing the suffocation because of the fans are not working. So what will happen? After some time, then we start turning on the fan. But when we call it as a smart classroom, the room temperature will get increased, the fan should automatically get turned on. आपल्याला हे मॅन्युअली ऑन करायची गरज नाही पडली पाहिजे, ऑटोमॅटिक झालं पाहिजे. हाऊ इट विल हॅपन? वी नीड टू माउंट व्हॉट? DHT सेन्सर इन द क्लासरूम. That DHT sensor will going to sense what? Room temperature. The ideal room temperature should be, let's consider it should be 30 degree. If the temperature of the room will cross the 30 degree Celsius, what will happen? It should turn on the fan automatically. Or if the temperature goes below the 30 degrees, the fan should be what? Automatically gets turned off. So this is what the analysis is. What is analysis? At every point of time, it should going to record the temperature, and once the temperature meet to the threshold value, what should happen? Some processing should be there. So what is the process? To turn on or off the fan. So this process is based on what? This kind of analysis. Are you getting? This is what the processing or the analysis done by the IoT application or IoT device is. This is the block diagram of any of the IoT device. If you consider any of the IoT device, we will see in the upcoming slides different IoT device. Each and every IoT device will have all these components. If you are aware about the Raspberry Pi or Arduino, you will come to know that all those boards have these components on that particular device. The first one is, it will have USB port, it will have your Ethernet port, CPU, graphical GPU, CPU, your connectors, audio video connectors. These are your what? Different interfaces. Camera वगैरह attach करने के लिए जो space होती है. These are the various interfaces. For storage, there is SD card or other cards are there, and these are the memory interfaces for various operations. So this is the common building block diagram of any of the IoT device. If you consider Raspberry Pi, Arduino, or any of the IoT device, each and every IoT device will have all these components mounted on that particular device. In upcoming slides, I am going to show you Raspberry Pi. Many of you have already gone through the Raspberry Pi. Today and yesterday I show you the Raspberry Pi. We have already gone through the Arduino. So we will see the Raspberry Pi in detail. The Raspberry Pi is a low cost mini computer with the physical size of a credit card. Now you are aware about the Raspberry Pi. The size of the Raspberry Pi is very small, just like here the size of credit card or debit card. It runs various flavors of Linux platform. Yes, you remember that we are already going through this in the practical sessions, and it can perform almost all tasks that the normal desktop can do. Whatever normal desktop or laptop, all the activities which these devices are going to do, the same activities can be performed by this Raspberry Pi also. It will going to store the data, it will going to process the data, it will, you can externally add the hardware component to your Raspberry Pi, and so on. We will see that part one by one in our practical session. This Raspberry Pi also allows interfacing various sensors and actuators through the GPIO pins. You can attach various sensors and actuators to your Raspberry Pi using your GPIO pins. GPIO stands for General Purpose Input Output Pins, and Raspberry Pi have input output pins, whereas Arduino also have input output pin, but the name with the Arduino is different and the name for the Raspberry Pi pins are different. We will see what is the name for Arduino in that time. Since the Raspberry Pi runs Linux operating system, it supports what? Python. So whatever code you are going to write for your Raspberry Pi, it should be in Python only. We are going to write the code in Python. This is the Raspberry Pi. Two batches have already gone through this. They already saw this Raspberry Pi. The remaining two batches, I am going to show you this Raspberry Pi physically in the lab. So this is what the Raspberry Pi is. It has USB port, Ethernet port, camera port. This is HDMI converter. Here it will be your power supply. You can insert the micro SD card here. Then it is your display. These are your 40 pins GPIO. This is your video. This is audio jack, and these are your what? LEDs. Red and green LEDs, if you remember. Red LED will going to indicate the power supply, whereas the green LED will going to indicate the processing that is happening in the processor. So this is what the Raspberry Pi is. This is the older version of Raspberry Pi because it has only two USB ports. And right now we are using Raspberry Pi model 3B. So it has 4 USB ports. And due to the 2 USB port, it is the previous version of 3. Now the Raspberry Pi 4 is available in the market. But we are going to use Raspberry Pi 3 model B in our practicals. These are the various operating systems that can be used or that can be installed with your Raspberry Pi. If you are going to use the Raspberry Pi for your project or for any of the IoT application, you must have to use any of this operating system of your Raspberry Pi. The very basic one is your Raspbian that we are going to see in the practical. The Raspbian is the very basic, like our Windows XP. We were using the Windows XP. Now Windows XP is no more available. So Raspbian we can use for the Raspberry Pi, and all these are your what? The flavors of Linux operating system. So they have the support for your Python. And whatever code you are going to write for the Raspberry Pi, all the code should be written in your what? Python only. How to execute that program, where to write that program, that we are going to see each and everything in the practical session. This is the very important diagram of your Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is having the 40 pins. So if you hold the Raspberry Pi like this, the USB should be at the bottom. If you hold the Raspberry Pi like this, then this will become your 40 pin, the structure will be like this. If you remember this diagram available in the lab, you must have to remember this diagram. if you want to work on the Raspberry Pi. You must have to remember the pin number and its use. So there are various GPIO pins, ground pin, power supply pins, clock pins and so on. These are the total 40 pins of your Raspberry Pi, that is pin diagram of your Raspberry Pi GPIO. Now you can see here it has 4 USB. So this is Raspberry Pi 3 model B. So these are the various connectors that Raspberry Pi will have. Serial port, SPI port, that is your serial peripheral interface, and I2C. This I2C is mainly for your data line and clock line. Serial is for your receiver and transmission purpose. These are the two pins that are available on the Raspberry Pi. RX and TX. These are your serial pins. These are your peripheral interface. They are basically used for your asynchronous communication between your various sensors and IoT device or IoT application, and these are going to connect your hardware modules with your I2C pin.